record on this computer. Good. Give me 1 minute. I'm sorry. Okay, so it is recording now. Good. We have 3 people. However, based on the signed up spreadsheet, it seems like we have another person who is supposed to be here. Let's just give him 2 more minutes.
How many people did you say, Jade, would be here?
4. So
Okay.
Right now we have 3.
Okay. I'm a very low-tech person, and but I have taught the Psych 200 and Psych 302 online in Blackboard. And I'm supposed to teach Psych 200 on Canvas in the first 8-week fall, and Psych 302 in Canvas the first 8-week in the spring. And Evan Downing, do you know Evan?
Yeah, we work together.
He's going to prep the course and get it ready for me. But I want to learn, just enough that I'll have familiarity with Canvas.
Yeah, sure.
The Blackboard experience was great, but I didn't go past a lot of basics. In my course, both of them, here's what I had. I had a syllabus, and I had the assignment sections, and the students would read the text. They would have 4 exams. They had 8 reaction papers based upon books, articles, TED Talks, Kaltera films. And I would use the announcements section to move them through the course. Very much. I would send an announcement saying this is coming up, and try to remember that. And when I hit announcement, it also went to their email.
Yes.
And that was good. And then the last thing that I used was they would have discussion posts, discussion board. I did not grade them. It's just they like to have it as available, and they used it. And the last thing that I used was to grade the course at midterm and final. I would somehow hit the right buttons to make it go in from Blackboard to the my NKU registrar's office midterm and final grade sections.
All right.
Okay,
Cool.
That's me in a nutshell.
So you said you are going to teach 2 courses, right? So
one in the fall, Psych 200.
So both of them are fully online courses?
They're what?
Oh, I lost your voice one more time.
Well, both. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said, are 2 of the courses fully online courses? Oh.
I don't hear any.
So it seems like the connection is not very good. What I said is, I was wondering, since you are teaching 2 courses, I'm not sure if both of them are fully online courses.
Yes, they are.
Okay, cool.
And just a moment ago, something popped on the screen that said the connection was unstable.
Yeah, it seems like so, but probably your end, the internet is not very good. Are you at home or somewhere?
I'm at a business setting using their material, their equipment, and it's going very well now. I can hear and see you. It was just a moment ago that it said not unstable.
Yeah, sometimes the internet is not very stable. So when that happens one more time, please let me know if I need to pause to repeat what I just said. All right?
Okay.
All right, good. Okay, cool. We still have 3 people. Let's just give him, it's already 103.
Okay.
Oh, it seems like I can't hear you again. So, I'm not sure if other people have the same issue. Are you guys having the unstable internet as well? Can you hear me well? Well, chat. I'm good, I can hear. Okay, Jessica is good. So it seems like it's only his side.
I haven't had any more trouble since that one time.
All right, cool. We're good. So today, I'll go ahead and get started. Is that okay? Is everyone ready to have my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So today I'm going to talk about all of the communication tools in Canvas. Before that, let me introduce myself a little bit. My name is Jade, and I'm originally from China. I came here about 5 years ago for my graduate school. And during my graduate school, I was an instructional designer for one of our department. And after my graduation, I moved down all the way down here. It's my second time or second year in NKU, I would say, and I love my job right now. So as I said, I'm not a native speaker, so if I said anything unclear or doesn't make sense, please let me know, all right? Okay, cool. So today's session, I'm going to show you all of the communication tools in Canvas. And I have one question for you. So what kind of communication tools do you use in Blackboard? You can use the chat tool if you don't have a microphone.
I'll let somebody else go first, and then I'll go after they go.
All right. But I probably know the answer already. You use announcements and discussion boards, right?
The way that I communicate with the students in Blackboard is I use the announcements, and when I hit announcement, it also goes as an email.
Yeah.
And then they use the discussion board as they want, and the strength of the course is the I give.
Oh, the strength of the course is I give. After that, I don't know what happened. I lost your voice one more time. So here I can see.
And the strength of the course is the related, the 8 related learning and reaction papers done on that related learning. So that's the course.
I see. Okay, so I can also see the answer from Jessica said, I use email announcements and I teach creative writing, so the discussion tool is important. And also, I use the email function in Blackboard to send information to all of my, oh, so you're an advisor, right? How should I pronounce your name? Brummer? Can anyone else help me to pronounce for music majors? All right, I got it. So what I'm thinking is I'm still going to show all of the available communication tools in Canvas so that you can pick whatever fits your needs. How's that sound?
Good.
All right, cool. Now I'm going to log in to my Canvas course. So what I did is I went to here. How about let me go to the home page. I'm sorry. So here, then I go to quick links, Blackboard Canvas. Then I'll choose Canvas. Here's my account. Let me enter my password very quick. All right, so this is my dashboard. The first tool I want to show you is called Inbox. It's a Canvas emailing system. It's located on the global navigation menu. By global navigation menu, all of the tools on this menu, they are collecting data from all of the course you enrolled into. With that being said, that means if I click into the inbox, I will see all of the emails from all of the course. So the first thing that you might need to do is you might need to filter your emails by different course you're enrolling, right? So as you can see, I can see the list of the course that I have. And there is another drop-down menu next to it. It allows us to filter our emails by different type, including like inbox, unread, start, archived, send, those kind of things. One thing that I would like to point out is this one, submission comments. So in Canvas, once students submit their assignments, they are allowed to have a submission comments along with that assignment. And Canvas would copy that message from that, what's they call? They call a submission details page. They copy that information from that page and put it over into the inbox system so that you don't have to go to that specific course, then find that specific assignment, find that specific students to check the submission comments. Instead, you go to inbox, then filter your emails by submission comments. Let me show you what it looks like. So here's one of the example. This is well, as you can see from the timestamp, this is the initial one that comes from that student, and this is another. Well, this is one of the reply from the instructor. As you can see, the thread is over here. If you can't remember what this assignment is, there is a link at the top. If you click on this one, it will take us directly to that submission details page right here. And this is the original place where they enter their submission comments. And we can either reply from here, or we can stay right within inbox to click on reply button to reply to that student. However, there are some differences between those two places where you can reply to students' submission comments. Here, as you can see, the only thing that I can do right now is just typing. However, if you go to here, on the submission details page, we have some other features like media comment. So this feature allows us to record audio or video and send it to students as the submission comment. I mean, as the reply to the submission comments. Or, well, let me refresh it one more time. You will see this box. And we have another option, which is attaching file. So if you found some like other papers that are really useful to that student's papers, you can attach the files over here. Yeah. So you have two places where you can reply to student submissions. One is here, one is from the submission details page. All right. I feel like this one is pretty useful. If you feel lazy one day, the only thing that you want to do is just laying down on the couch. Instead of typing, you can just pull up this thing and record an audio or a video and send it over to students. Yeah, that's the submission comments thing. Any questions before I move on?
I can't hardly make out what's on the screen. It's small. Is there any way to make it bigger?
Which one? The browser?
The print. Yeah, I can't hardly make out the print. Is there a way to make it larger on the screen?
A print? What do you mean print? I'm sorry.
What's on my screen, I don't know how, this isn't my computer and I don't know how to make it bigger.
Oh, so do you have a browser open?
Do I have what?
A browser open? A browser like the internet browser, either Chrome or Firefox. It's called a browser. Do you see?
Now I see your whole face.
You see my whole face, but do you see? Oh, I see. So you can't see my screen. Is that what it is?
I can't see the print. It's too small. What's on this screen is too small. I think the problem's at my end because you can see the screen, but you can't make out the print. What it's saying, you know, where my little cursor is going. I can't make those. How do you make that bigger?
I think he means he wants you to zoom in on your screen.
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking? So can you
how
see?
do you zoom in?
So do you see this button? This button.
Which button?
So do you see my mouse?
I see your face.
But do you see my screen? I'm sharing my screen at the same time. You can see both. You're supposed to see both of my face and my screen.
Yeah, I see your screen. I see your screen. I see your little arrow.
All right, so you can see my little arrow, right? So
I see your arrow, yeah.
So here, do you see this button?
The arrow disappear. Oh, there. I see that button, yeah.
Can you click on that one for me, please? Do you see it?
And my arrow's on it now too.
If you click on that, that will allow you to zoom in your browser. Zoom in, I mean maximum.
I'd like to get it bigger. I'm trying. Well, it's not. No matter how I click on it, it doesn't get any bigger. So
okay, so let me do one more thing. Remote control. Do you mind if I control your computer very quick, so that I can
go forward?
All right, cool. So waiting for you to control your screen. Well, remote control. Controlling. Well, it seems like one more time.
Okay.
So
I'm right here.
It seems like you have to give me the permission. If you move your mouse all the way up to the screen, the top of the screen, do you see this menu bar?
Where's the menu bar? Options, view options?
This is your arrow, or we call it a cursor or a mouse. If you move it over all the way up to the top of the screen, do you see this menu bar?
I just, no, I guess there's no menu bar up there. It might be covering. Oh, there's a Zoom meeting now.
Yeah, that's
hold on. Hold on. I'll get this person to see if they can make it bigger.
All right.
Stacy, can you make it bigger on the screen? Or is there a way to make it so I can see? Stacy's going to see if she can make it bigger.
Cool. So we're using a software which is called Zoom. If you see any window that is from from Zoom, you might want to maximize that one. And also, I'm sharing my webcam and my screen. And I'm assuming he wants to have the screen.
Yeah, right
getting
now.
Big.
Yeah, right now the actual meeting screen is in full screen mode.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's your screen is probably as big as it's going to get. I can put it up there if you want.
Will it be bigger?
Yeah, it will be in that size.
Okay, try it.
Okay.
See, you can't read the words.
So can you, I mean, you can see it up there. I don't know
But
if
you
you can
can't
read
really,
it.
still can't read the words.
Better.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll live with it. Okay, thank you. What is happening, Jade, is what's happening is what I see on the screen is smaller, so you can't read the words. You see your face good, but you can't really read the words. They're too small. And I don't, and here they've, like a conference room, on the computer, it can't get any bigger. And on the big screen on the wall, it can't get any bigger. So I think I'm holding everybody up. So you just go on and I'll follow along.
All right, cool. Okay, I guess that's what we can do right now. All right, I'll just keep continue. I'll try my best to articulate what I'm doing right now. Is that okay?
Yes.
Cool. Where were we? We were in here, the submission comments. Then, if you go all the way to the right hand of your screen, you will see this field. It allows us to filter your messages, your emails by student name. And also, if you don't remember the student name, go ahead and click on this contact address book. So it gives you the student rosters from a specific course. The reason why it's loading forever is because I have over 500 courses under my account. But for you, it probably won't take that long. And if I click in one of the random course, as you can see, all of the users in the course are divided by different roles. I have teachers, students, observers. If you're having like multiple sections in your course, you will be able to find the sections or any groups in your course. And if I click in, you will be able to find all of the students here, right? And some other things that I want to show you. As you can see, I have two panels right here. The left one is the conversation. Well, conversation, inbox, in Canvas, they're the same thing. That means it's email, all right? So the conversations here, the number here indicates how many threads I have in that conversation. 2 means there is back and forth. And here, this icon means I have this email selected. And this one is marked as read or marked as unread. It might be useful when you are in the middle of going through all of your emails and you have to leave for some reason. You can mark that one as a read or unread. So you know when you come back, you know where you left off. All right. Then here, the start button is for the emails that you feel like is very important or you need to follow up. Then you can start it, then later on you filter your emails by the started one. That's what it's for. And well, as you can see, when I have one email selected or highlighted, you will see those buttons appear at the top of the screen, which allows us to reply all, archive, delete, those kind of things. And mark as read, forward, start. Here we have the same functions, reply all, forward, those kind of things. For composing a new email, you might need to, give me 1 second. You might need to click on this one, compose a new message. That's where you to create a new message. Once you click on that button, you will see this window pops up. The only thing, well, the first thing that you might need to do is decide which course you want to send emails to. Canvas 101, I'll just use this one because this is a demo course. I have no students in that course. Then in this tool field, you can either type out that student name or again, click. If you don't remember that student name, or if you want to send this email to all of the users in the course, go ahead, click on this icon. Then again, you will be able to see all of the users in the course are divided by different roles: teacher, student, group sections, student, groups. All right, then clicking, you will find the specific user. Then here is for the subject title. Then this box, send an individual message to each recipient. So if you check this box, when you send an email to a group of people, nobody will see who else was included in that email. And their reply only goes to you instead of all of the recipient. Yeah, that's what this box for. And here is the place for you to type out the body of the email. And again, we have the feature to use the, I'm sorry, what was it?
When I send announcements in Blackboard, it automatically sends an email also. Does this do that?
Yes. That will do that. However, that depends on your notification preferences. And the same thing with the emails. Since our NKU email and Canvas email, they're fully synced. By default setting, when you get an email in your Canvas inbox, you will get another like notification emails in your NKU email as well. However, if you go to account here, I clicked on my face, then one of the link here is called notifications. It's called a notification preferences page, where you can set up, you can have different preferences over the notifications for each individual item in Canvas, which, well, including like conversations, discussions, or announcement. You can choose to turn it off if you don't want to get any notifications from Canvas. And all of the settings here applies to individual. That means if your students want to, they can turn off the notification, the announcement or notifications. Yeah. Does it make sense? So this is a place where you want to go if you want to control the volume of the notification that you get in your NKU email. And here, there are two items I might want to, I recommend you to check it off. One of them is called an announcement created by you. By default, I think it's off, right? So if it's off, you might want to turn it on because that's what Blackboard is doing right now. When you create a new announcement, you will get a copy of that announcement in your NKU email. But by default, in Canvas, it is off. If you want it to be on, go ahead, click on this icon. And another one is conversation created by you. This one you might want to check it out as well because you know, when you send out an email, you will be wondering if it ran through or not if you don't check this one. And some other items you might want to go through before your course gets started, like the submission comments, those kind of things. And for the submissions, I would probably use this one, send me a daily summary, because on the, the due date, you probably will get tons of emails from the students. So for that case, I would probably only want one email that summarizes what I have for that day's submissions. All right. And again, conversations here means inbox, same thing. It means the Canvas email system. One thing that I would like to remind you is I have run into some scenario where students, well, probably the email was initiated by the instructor. Then the students reply to that instructor's email, staying their NKU email with an attachment. The thing is, the attachment won't run through. So if you want to send an attachment to students or the students want to do the same thing, you might encourage them to do that within the Canvas inbox instead of replying in a NKU email. Does that make sense?
I didn't understand. I'm having trouble understanding every word. So that last statement, what were you saying?
The last step, what I said is if you want to attach any files in the email, you might want to do that within the Canvas inbox instead of doing that in the NKU email.
You want to do it by waving it where?
You might want to send the students the attachment via the Canvas inbox system instead of staying the NKU email and send the attach attach the file from the NKU email.
Okay.
Am I making sense?
All I know is that in Blackboard, when I send an announcement, it sends an email automatically to the student, and that's good. And all I know is if a student sends me an email, it's done through Outlook, and I send them an email back.
Oh, so here.
I use Outlook. But
there
are times when a student will, I'll email them inside the Blackboard by going to the email section, getting their name, and send it to them.
Yeah. So now we are in the Canvas email system, which is not the Outlook.
Right.
And it's not an announcement either. We're in the email specifically, Canvas email specifically.
Right.
Right.
So when you want to make an announcement in Canvas, how do you do it? And when you want to send an email in Canvas, how do you do it?
So here is a place where you want to send a student an individual email that probably requires some privacy. This is a place where you want to go. For announcement, that will be listed on the course navigation menu, which I'm going to talk about in a bit.
All right.
For announcement, that is something that is more available to all of the users in the course, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a different tool for different purpose.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Any questions I can't answer before we move on to the next tool, which is a calendar? This is the next tool that I want to show you.
Okay.
No questions? All right. Cool. Then the next tool that I want to show you, which is another communication tool in Canvas, is called a calendar. It is one of my favorite tools in Canvas, I would say. So what it does is it's collecting graded assignments from all of the courses you have enrolled and have them show in one place. So it's easy for you and also the students to keep track of what is going on and what is coming, what's the due date, those kind of things. And the cool thing is you can even create assignments right within calendar without going to that specific course. And also, if you want to change a due date for a specific assignment, all you need to do is do this, drag and drop. Since the calendar tool and the assignments tool in any of the courses is fully synced, once you make changes in one place, the other place will get changed as well. So you don't have to worry about making changes in all of the places where you can see this information. All right. So as you can see, this is what the calendar tool looks like. Right now, we're in the month view. It's the default view. And if you want to, you can change to the week view or agenda view. Agenda view looks more like a to-do list, I would say. Here. Well, personally, I prefer this one, so I'll just switch over to the month view. And here, the arrow here allows us to go, go to the future or go back to the previous month. And once we click today, it will take us to the current date. Here, this is a simplified calendar view. So if you have anything due on that date, you will see this little box around that date. And the interesting thing that I just found last week, well, the week before last week, is it is more powerful than I thought. For the course that you just copied over from previous semester to the current semester, you might have to change the due dates for all of the assignments, right? The simplest way in Canvas to do that is, let's say, let me see. If I want to change the due date for this assignment to a future month, probably, then October, I'll make it due on October. So what I would do is I go to here to find the October, then I'll just drag it over to this simplified calendar version. Then when I go to the filter, which is October, you will see this assignment is being moved down here, the due date of that assignment. Yeah, I feel like it's pretty cool. And I didn't know it can allow us, well, it allows me to do that until 2 weeks ago. All right, then this area, you might see you can find all of the course you have enrolled into before. For teachers who are teaching multiple courses, their calendar probably will look like super crowded. If that's the case, you might want to uncheck certain courses. So only that specific one course show up, or 2 courses. So it's easy for you to target. That's what it's for. And also, as you can see, this is my personal calendar. You can go ahead and create any event under your personal calendar. So only you are available to those appointments or those events. But for other courses, the assignments or event that you create will be available to all of the users in the course. And also, if you have any groups in your course, you will be able to find their group calendars down here at the very bottom of this list. Let me see. Oh, right. The color here matches what we have on the dashboard. If you remember, different course can have a different color. And the same thing here. If you change the color here on the dashboard, the color of this course will be get changed as well. Well, let me just switch back to pink because my personal calendar is purple as well. Okay, so this is the calendars area. Another area is called Undated. So if you have created assignments which you have not assigned the due dates yet, you will be able to find all of the assignments down here. The way to assign due date in calendar is pretty simple. If it allows me to make any changes here. So let's say if I wanna I'm so sorry because I have so many courses under my account. This page is so slow. Let me refresh it one more time. Oh, another thing is the reason why those quiz or assignments got crossed out is because it's past its availability dates or due dates.
Why are they crossed out?
Because today, what day is it today? 22nd, right? This is from the past.
Oh, okay.
All right. Again, let me go back to the undated area. Then, okay. Let's say if I want to give a due date for this assignment, welcome assignment. What I need to do is I go over here, find this assignment, then drag over. And that's it. That's how do you assign the due dates in Canvas calendar area.
I didn't follow. One reason is I can't make out the words because it's too small on the screen. But what I do in the Blackboard is I'll have an assignment and it will be made on a certain day, and it will then also say when it's due date. Now, in Canvas, you got a calendar too, and that's good. So does it show the date it's assigned, when it's assigned and the date it's due, or do you have to push a button to make that happen?
Oh, so we're in a tool which is called calendar. What it does is it's collecting all of the due dates for the graded assignments in one place. So if you create assignment in a course, right, the due date of that assignment will be copied over to this place.
The due dates will.
The due dates, not the availability dates.
Not when you are assigning it.
No.
Okay, so again, this sounds good, but in my syllabus, let's say I've got a date, and what happens on that date? One of the things that happens is an assignment is made.
I lost your voice. I'm sorry, you might need to repeat what you said because I couldn't hear you now.
It says, hello?
Hello? Yeah, I can hear now.
You might have heard me, but I might have to repeat it.
Yeah.
I said in my syllabus and in the assignment section of Blackboard, there will be a statement of do this assignment, perform this assignment, and then it'll say when it's due, right there. So will the Blackboard, not the Blackboard, will the calendar in Canvas just say when it's due? It won't say when it was assigned.
I'm not sure what do you mean by when it's assigned. When it's assigned means the time you create this assignment. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Let's say the date is May 1, the assignment was made, and then they see it on the syllabus. May 1 is the assignment, things that happened May 1, including the assignment made. And in the assignment section of the or the what's it called, part or assignment section of Blackboard, it'll have the assignment being made, and it will say when the assignment is due. And so this calendar thing for Canvas, does it show both when the thing was assigned and when it's due, or just when it's due?
Yeah, just when it's due.
That's clear now. Thank you.
No problem. And also another days that might ties with assignment is availability days. So availability date and the due date is a two date related thing for any assessment in Canvas. I don't think we can find the way to find the assigned date for the assessment. Yeah.
Well, I was assuming that there would be in Canvas a activity thing, call it a syllabus or call it a module, call it what you want, but there would be a place where you would write for a person to do this, they would be given an assignment.
Oh, so in course navigation manual, we have another tool called assignments. That's a place where you can create assignments, right? When you create the assignment, there will be the place where you can enter the due date and also the availability dates. Then when you save that assignments, the information will be saved on that specific assignment, and also the due date information will be collected into the calendar tool, which is another place students can keep track of what is due or what is coming up.
All right.
Yeah.
I think you've said it a couple times, and let's see if I understand it. The calendar does not tell the date it was assigned. The calendar just tells the date it's due.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's undated area. And then we have this button. It's called calendar feed. So what it does is some instructors, they would prefer to have one place to keep track of all of the things that they have on their schedule. So they would import the Canvas calendar into their Outlook calendar or any calendar they are using, like the Google Calendar or the iCloud calendar. So they would import the Canvas calendar into their May calendar. That's what this function for. And it's pretty easy to do that. And let me show you how to do it. Here, let me log in my webmail very quick. Then let me go to the Canvas, not Canvas, I'm sorry, Outlook calendar. Then what I want to do is I go back here, click on this one, and copy over the URL. Then there is a thing here called Add Calendar. I'll choose from Internet. There are three options here: from File, from Internet, from Directory. Copy over the URL, then give the name like, oh, capital Canvas calendar. Then I save this Canvas here. It's still loading, even though we can see the name of the calendar, but build is still loading because I have so many, again, I have so many courses under my account. It's loading forever. It will be probably, well, looking cluttered because of the number of the courses, but for your use, you might not have as many courses as I do, so it's going to be a better use for you than I do. Yeah, but this is what looks like. And later on, when you make any changes to the Canvas calendar tool, it will be synced over to the Outlook Canvas calendar. So you don't have to worry about, again, make changes in two places. That's what it looks like. I'm not going to use it because it's too many, and I'm not any of the instructor for any of the courses I have here, so I'll just remove it. All right. So that's the calendar feed. For creating, well, as I said, if you want to create an assignment, any assignment in calendar, that is doable. The way to do it is if you click on the date that you want to use a due date, you will see this window pumping up. Added event. There are two tabs here. One is event, one is assignment. Event is going to be useful when you want to create any event. Like, let's say if you have guest speaker come into your classroom, you can create an event called guest speaker. Or if you want to remind students, hey, this week is the final week, you can title it as a final week to remind students this whole week is going to be a period where you might want to do some reviews, those kind of things. Yeah. But for this case, I'll just go ahead and create an assignment. Title, like, what do I want to create? Like summer, how about this one? Summer course. Summer course assignment. Then the due date is the date that I just clicked on. Then calendar. So the reason why you only see 3 courses is because in this area, the calendars area, I only selected the 3 courses down here. So if you can't see one of your courses, that is probably because you did not select them here, right? So Canvas 101 demo is going to be the course where I want to create this assignment. Then group. Well, if you are using weighted grades in Blackboard it's called a category, but in here, In Canvas, it's called group. They're the same thing, but different terms. Publish or not. Publish means student can see it. Unpublished means student cannot see it, and you're able to add more stuff if you want to later. Once I click submit, as you can see, the assignment created. And also, when I left click on that assignment, you will be given a link that takes you to that specific assignment. Here, if I go to assignments in that course, or you can see all of the assignments information here, then you will be able to find this assignment that I just created in calendar. So this is a list of all of the assignments that I have in the course, which including like quizzes, assignments, and discussion board. So here, summer course assignment, see? And also, when you change the due date of that assignment, go back to the assignment page, then refresh the page, you will be able to see the updated information about the due date. See, May 25th. Yeah, that's how do we create assignment using the calendar tool. There is actually another feature that I found is very useful. It's called a scheduler. It's located right within calendar. Go to here, click on the scheduler. So what the scheduler does is it helps us to create a bunch of time slots to let students sign up to. For example, if you have any, let's say, final group presentation, the group have to sign up for a specific time slot to do the presentation, right? For that case, we could use this tool to help us to create the group, appointment group. Let me show you how to do it. Name, like, final group presentation, okay. Presentation, all right. Then location is, it can be your classroom. But for this case, I will just use our location, Student Library 220. Select calendars. If you are teaching multiple sections or courses, you can select multiple courses, so you don't have any conflicts. Have students sign up in groups. I would have selected this one, but for some other use, like if you are creating appointment groups for office hours, I wouldn't check this one. Then group category, that's the group site that you need to select presentations. The date, give it a specific date, like Friday. Then time range from probably 10 to 12. All right. Wait. PM, AM. Oh, PM. PM is correct. Then this is going to be useful. Divide into equal slots of 30 minutes. Once I click go, you will be able to find, hey, Canvas automatically creates all those time slots for you. Then some other options here, limit each time slot to probably one group, and allow students to see who has signed up for the time slots. For I will check this one, but for office hours, I won't, because office hours might need some privacy. Then limit participants to attend only one appointment. Again, for group presentation, I will check this box, but for other cases, you might want to consider the specific scenario. So, like, we will be doing our final group presentation. I can't spell it right. Presentation this Friday. Sign up for the time slot you want to do. Blah 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 blah. All right, you know what I mean, right? Then save and publish. Here, this is the appointment group that I just created. And as you can see, I can see all of the available time slots right here. Once students sign up on their end, the specific time slot will become like filled, and they have the option to cancel that appointment if they want to. And you have the freedom to do that as well. Once they set up the event, this specific appointment will show up on that specific site, specific student's calendar as well as yours. All right, that's what it's for. And here, you can edit the specific time slot. Seems like so. Yeah. And we have the message tool, message groups who haven't signed up yet, or groups who have already signed up. So you don't have to, go back to the emails to do so. It's very handy, I would say. All right, that's how do we use scheduler in calendar. That's what I have for how to use calendar. Is there any place I can explain more about how to use calendar? So it seems like we're good with this one, right? Cool. Then I'm going to move to a specific course where you can see all of the communications on the course navigation menu. Here, I'm in Kim's 101 demo. So this course navigation menu is called a course navigation menu, actually. And they are collecting data from this specific course. And the first tool that I want to show you on this menu bar is called announcements. This is a place where you can create announcement, and it's also the place where students can see all of the previous announcements. And all of the information that you posted here will be available to all of the users throughout the course. One thing that I would like to mention is before your course gets started, when you make the announcement, your students won't get the notifications about that announcement. Well, even though after you publish the course, when students log in your announcements area in that course, they can find that announcement, but they cannot get that announcement, the notification announcement. Well, yeah, does it make sense? So in order to have students to receive the notification of the announcement, you have to publish your course first.
You have to issue a what?
You have to publish your course first. In Blackboard, it's called a make available, but
okay.
Here we call it publish.
Okay. And when you send an announcement, it goes also as an email.
Yeah. However, yeah.
And you also get in your own email the fact that it was sent.
That depends on your notification preferences. So if you click on your account, do you see this menu?
Yeah.
Then you click on notifications.
Yeah.
Then you will be able to see this page, which is called notification preferences.
Yeah.
So here, do you see this item, which is called announcement created by you?
Yeah.
Is it on or off?
It looks like everything is on.
So that means you will get a copy of that announcement in your NKU email.
It looks like everything is on. At least it looks like it to me.
Oh, good. But the thing is, all of those settings only apply to you. So if students want to turn it off, they can.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But you can't remind.
Well, I noticed this. All those that you said, comment, late grading, all submissions, invitation, grading, announcements graded by you, due date, grading policies, course, all these seem to be on. And I don't really need those announcements. I mean, those notifications. The only thing that I think I need to receive is a copy of anything that I sent to them.
Yeah, sure. This is a menu that you can customize based on your preferences. If you don't want them to be open, you just turn them off. But by default, they are all on, just in case somebody don't know it in the first place. Yeah. But you can definitely go ahead, turn them off if you don't want to receive any like notifications from that specific activity.
What does grading mean?
Grading, this one, grading policy?
Well, I saw grading earlier, further down.
Further down.
In the first section, you see where it says after announcement created by you, there's the word grading.
Oh, so when you mouse over to the grading area, it tells you what that grading means. It includes assignments / submission grade entered or changed. Unmute assignment grade weight change. So this is a more of a setting for students. When they get a grade from the instructor, they will get a notification.
Okay.
So it seems like when as an instructor, even though you have this on, you probably won't get any notifications from this specific activity because you are the person who has the grading permission, not the person who is getting the grade.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And whenever you feel like you don't know what this one talks about, what each individual talks about, what each atom talks about, you just mouse over. It will let you know the details of that specific atom.
Okay.
All right. Cool. That's about the announcements notification settings. Here, I just came back to the announcement index page where you can see all of the previous created announcements. As you can see, it is, this is the title of the announcement, then all sections. So here in Canvas, you're allowed to create an announcement for a specific sections if you have multiple sections in the course, which is something new. They added this feature in probably like 1 month before. And before, 1 month before, we don't have this option. And here, as you can see, we can reply to your announcement. This is actually the biggest difference between Blackboard announcements and Canvas announcement. In Canvas, students are allowed to reply to the announcements. Yeah, and if you don't want that happen, you can go ahead disable that. Actually, you click on the 3 dots. Then, I'm sorry, I don't want to clicking. So once you click on the 3 dots, it gives you 2 options. One is delete, another one is disallow comments. Disallow comments, announcements locked successfully. That means students only be able to see the announcement, not reply to your announcement. However, if possible, I would recommend you just turn it on so that if students have any questions about announcement, they will post under the announcement. And some other students who might know the answer can reply to them, or for students who have the similar question, they don't have to send you another email again. Yeah, so it's like one way to avoid so many like similar emails from students. All right, so I'll go ahead and create a new announcement. Oh, here is like a filter function. We can filter your announcement by unread or all, or search for a specific announcement with some keywords right here. Here, when you want to create a new announcement, go ahead, click on this bright yellow button at the top of the screen. Give it a name, like, how about summer course announcement? Okay, and here, summer is coming, blah, 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 blah. And that's the place, actually, I want to show you. The first option we have here is you can select different sections. But for this course, I only have one section, and this is the Canvas 101 demo. This is a full course ID I have. But if you have multiple sections, you will be able to target different sections from here. And the choose file, this is for the place where you can attach files to the announcement. Then delay posting. the first option we have within the options area. It might be useful when you want to, let's say if you copy the course from previous semester to the current semester, you might want to reuse some of the announcements, right? Instead of deleting it and recreate, we can use this tool, this feature to have the announcement appear at a certain date. And you can specify even the hour and minute. If you don't enter anything here, by default it's 11:59 p.m., the midnight. Allow users to comment. This is the reply button, whether students get the reply button or not. And users must post before seeing replies. I don't know if this is useful, but in Blackboard, in the discussion board, we will have the similar option for that. That is one way to prevent students from cheating. However, in announcement, since we don't have any points assigned to it, I won't worry about this one. I'll just uncheck it. Then next setting, we have enable podcast feed. This is for the RSS feeder. It's a tool that I haven't seen anyone use. So if you don't use the RSS tool, you don't have to worry about this one. Then allow liking. Allow liking is like the thumbs up thing, where the students can give other students a thumbs up. They are not allowed to like your announcement. They are only allowed to like other students' replies. Yeah. Then only graders can like sort by likes. Yeah. Only graders. Graders means whoever has the grading permission, including TA, and sort by likes. Once you check this box, students will have a new button that allows them to sort the replies by the numbers of the liking. All right. Once you click save, so this is what you get. Students will see the same thing, and this is a place where they can reply to our announcement. I have a question about and I can like it. And if other students have a question about that student's postings, further question. Does it even make sense? Well, as you can see, if you are a student who is responding to another student, you will have this indentation. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And later, when I'm going to show you the discussion board, you will see they all pretty much have the similar structure, except on the discussion board, you will be able to see the possible points and the due date. Other than that, they are pretty much the same thing. Oh, and another thing that I would like to mention is this thing, subscribed. When you are the author of the announcement or discussion board, you will be automatically subscribed to that announcement or that specific discussion topics. So that means if you have anything new, any new postings in announcement or the discussion board, you will get a notification in your NKU email. Yeah, that's about how do we use announcements. Any questions? No? All right, cool. The next tool that I want to show you is discussions. It's located on the global, course navigation menu. Your course navigation menu probably is different from mine. That is because this menu can be customized by yourself. For the items that are grayed out, that means students cannot see it. They don't have to access it. As the instructor, you have the access. And for the items that are in black, bold, that means all of both you and the students would have access to that specific tool. If you want to make any changes to this menu, you can go ahead and go to setting. And here, at the top of the screen, you will see all of those tabs. One of them is called navigations. You can, enable or disable any tools that you want in your course. Remember to click save before you leave the page. Yeah. All right. Let me come back to discussion board. Right now, I'm on the discussions index page where you can find all of the discussions that you have created before. There are 3 groups in the discussions index page. They are default groups. There is no way you can add even more. You can add more or just get rid of one of them. They are, default. Once you create a new discussion board, the new discussion topic will automatically automatically fall into one of the group, which is called discussions. And all of the discussion topics within this group were ordered by recent activity. So that means if you have week 1 discussion board, week 2 discussion board, week 3 discussion board, when we are at week 3, the week 3 discussion board will be the first one in this group. However, if you want to have a specific order, like week 1 will be the first one all the time throughout the semester, you might want to just drag these discussion topics over to the pinned discussion, which is another group, and have them ordered in whatever order you want to arrange. That's the main difference between pinned discussions and discussions. It's about the order of the discussion topics. Does it make sense? And once the discussion board passes its availability days, they will be moved over to the closed for comments groups. Students can still open up to use it as a reference, but they are not allowed to reply to it anymore. All right. Okay, here. The icon here, this little people icon means this discussion board requires peer review. And this icon means this is a graded discussion. So graded discussion means if you have a Q&A discussion board in your course which has no points assigned to it, you won't see this icon. And the name of the discussion topic, the last post date, the due date, this is the icon for publish or unpublish. Right now, as you can see, the green circle with the check mark, that means students can see it. But for the grayed out discussion topics, students cannot see it. They don't have the access. And the icon subscribe to this topic, how many replies in total and how many unread replies. Click on the 3 dots, you will have more options. Close for comments. Once you click on close for comments, the topic will be moved over to the closed for comments. We can either click on this icon or click on this option, or you can manually drag over to this area. Then unpin, it will do the same thing. It will move the discussion topic to the unpinned area, which is the discussions group. So that's what it will do. All right. Some other options we have. Move to. We can either drag and drop, or we can click on the move to. So if you have a long discussion topics list, you can use the move to tool instead of dragging and drop. Then duplicate. Duplicate might be useful when you want to create a discussion topic template. Have a structure of the discussion board, then duplicate it several times, then later fill in with the content from different week or different module, or however you design your course. Then delete is delete. All right. So, and here we have the function to filter the discussion topics by title, body, or author. Unread or assignments. Assignments means graded assignments. Here, this gear icon, I feel like it's very important. I got a new question from Jessica. Can you post an announcement to multiple courses at once? No, actually, since this is a tool on the course navigation, you have to manually create one for each course, but you can copy and paste at least. All right, sure. Here, where I was here, this one, the gear icon, this is a pretty useful setting that I would like to show you. It's called added discussion settings. By default, those two settings are on. One of them is called create discussion topics. With this on, that means if students want to, they can create their own discussion topics without your permission. Yeah, so if you have a lot of graded discussion topics in your course, I would recommend you to uncheck this one. However, if you don't have any graded discussion topics in your course, you can check it on. You can have it on. It's actually helps students to practice their ability to take the initiatives, and it's one way to facilitate students' communications. So it's really up to how do you design your course. And the second one, edit and delete their own posts. Again, if you have graded assignments, I would recommend you to uncheck it. So, it's one way to prevent students from cheating. They probably would. If you can remember, one of the settings in the announcement we have is replies before they can see other replies, something like that. Even though you have this on, even though you have that setting on, once you check this box, that means students can post something really simple that even doesn't make sense. Then after they can see other people's replies, they go ahead, delete or edit their initial postings. Yeah, so you might want to check it off, uncheck it if you have a lot of graded assignments in your course. And the third one, attach files to discussions. I know some of the instructors, they would have their students to attach their PowerPoint slides to the discussion board so that they can do the peer reviews. For that requirement, you might want to check this box so that students will have the button to allow them to attach files to the discussion boards. All right, then save the setting here. Cool. That's about this page, discussions index page. Then I'm going to create a new discussion by clicking the yellow bright yellow button. Here, let's give the name again, summer discussion board. Cool. This is a place where you can, enter the instruction or description of that specific discussion board. Then here, the options, attachment. Again, it's the same from the announcement where we can attach files to the discussion board. Or here, options. First one, allow threaded replies. So in Canvas, there are two kinds of replies. The first one is the focused reply. The second one is the threaded reply. By default, it's the focused reply. That means you are only allowing 2 layers of nestings to your discussion topic. So we would recommend instructors to check this one, threaded replies. That means you're infinite layers of nesting. You're allowing infinite layers of nestings to your discussion topic. In Blackboard discussions, let students attach file. Can they do that in Canvas discussion? Yes, they can. However, this is something that you have to manually turn on. Let me show you how to do that very quick. So discussions. Here, there is a setting called attach files to discussions. By default, it's off. If you want to do that, you might want to check it. Check this box, attach files to discussions. Okay, cool. let me come back to the create new page of the discussion. Again, this is the threaded replies, all right? Well, the next option we have, users must post before sending replies. Well, if it's a graded assignment, I will check this box. So students has to say something before they can see other people's reply. So they cannot borrow ideas from other people. Then enable podcast feed. This is the same one from the announcement. So I won't check this box. Graded, if you are going to give points to the discussion topic, remember to check this box. Once you check that box, you will see those additional settings asking us, hey, is this a group discussion? If you have any groups in your course, you can assign that discussion board as a group discussion topic. I would leave it unchecked for this time. Then possible points, I'll give it like a 10. Then display grade as points, percentage. Well, however you want to display the grade as. I can't hear you. You are stretching.
I was stretching. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Okay. I know it's a lot of tools.
Can you see us in the screen? Can you see me?
No, I can hear you, but I cannot see you. All right. Okay, let me come back. So, well, I know this is a lot of tools I'm showing you. There is no way you can remember every steps that I'm showing you. All I want to do is just show you what is possible. Then by the time you want use that specific tool, always, come back, call us, email us, so that I can walk you through.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Assignment group. Again, this is for the weighted grades. Peer reviews. In Canvas, we can ask Canvas to assign peer reviews. This is something Blackboard doesn't have. We can tell Canvas, hey, I want each student to review other 2 postings from other students. I would enter the number here. Then you can even specify the peer review due dates. And the due dates for the peer review has to be after the due date for that discussion board. Otherwise, it won't work. Oh, here, see, must come after due date if blank use due date. Yeah, I feel like it's useful. Then assign to box is the due date and the availability dates. As you can see, you can add different due date. So if you have any students who might require like a different due date, you can do this one, or you can use this box. See, I'm going to assign a different due date for Tommy Fox, then everyone else will have a different due date. Yeah, that's how it works. Then I'll save it. Well, Nick is going to go through all of the details about the assignments setting tomorrow. I'll just cover it very quick. Okay, this is what I just created. As I said, it's pretty much similar to the announcement. You got the place, and students got the place to reply to the discussion board. And as you can see, the possible points and the due dates are here. Yeah, that's about discussions. Am I being too fast? Should I slow down a little bit so that you can have time to follow along if you want to? Okay, cool, good. All right, that's discussions. Another tool I would like to show you is called People. This is a place where you can create groups. And also, this is a place where you can find your student rosters. By default, well, if you are first logging your course, you probably will be able to find only one tab here, which is called Everyone. That is the student roster place. If you switched over, almost over to another tab, probably called Groups. I don't remember how. Let me just go ahead and delete those group sites. Nice. People one more time. Okay, so this is what you would see if you're the first, if it's the first time you log into your course. Well, for creating new groups, clicking the groups next to the people tab, and you will be able to see this page. Then go ahead, click on this button one more time. Group site name. How do I want to name it? How about, again, group presentation. Why? Presentation. All right. Then we can allow students to sign up by themselves. Here, check this box. Then tell Canvas, hey, how many groups you want, and how many group members you want in each group. 5, that means I have 25 students in my course. You might need to do the math before you create the groups. Then leadership, you can assign a student group leader, so later on that students can submit anything that they want on behalf of all of the group members. Once I click save, as you can see, well, this is the group site that I just created. Well, if you choose to manually create the group, what you need to do is just manually drag the student into different groups. But since I've already checked the allow self sign up, the students will students will go ahead sign up the different groups on their needs. Yeah, but one thing I would like to remind you is if you really want to use the allow self sign up option, you might want to turn it off after all the students are signed into different groups. Otherwise, they are able to jump around if they want to. All right. One more thing that I want to show you. Once you create a new group, you are actually creating their own world for them. If I click on the 3 dots, one of the options is called Visit Group Homepage. Click on that one. So now I'm in their group. This menu is called a Group Navigation. They can make their own announcements, and they can create their own discussions. They can upload any materials into their own files area. So they can do all of those things without letting you to help them to do it. Yeah. I feel like if you have any groups and group activities in the course, the group tool is going to be super helpful. And I've heard that for instructors who used to using the Blackboard groups tool, this one, the Canvas one, is much better. Yeah, that's what I've heard. All right. That's how do we use groups in Canvas? Any questions so far? No? All right. Then I have some synchronous communication tool that I would like to introduce you. The first one is called Chat. It's a tool for you to text messaging your students. And that's it. Well, since this is a synchronous communication tool, so that means that person has to be online in order to have a conversation with you using this tool. Online means they have to be on this specific page. If they jump over to any other areas of Canvas, they won't be able to know what is going on here. And also another thing is all of the conversation history will be automatically saved and will be available to all of the users in the course. So for the scenario where students might need some privacy, you might want to use email, not this one. Or well, not or. I mean, another thing that I would like to remind you is since all of the conversation history will be public to everyone, right? You might want to keep an eye on what is going on here, because once students said anything inappropriate, you can go ahead delete that conversation. Yeah, I would say if you this tool requires some maintenance. Yeah, here's a place where you can text and the emoji here, some basic emoji, then send. And for the messages you would like to get rid of, you mouse over, then you will see this delete button shows up. Then go ahead, delete it. Yeah. That's how do I use the chat tool. It's pretty simple, straightforward, and simple tool. Actually, the best use of this tool, that I can think of is when you really want to use this tool, you can make this tool available to students. And then when you are done with using it, you make it unavailable again. So you don't have to keep an eye on it all the time. All right. Next, so this one, new message alerts. It just gives you the ding sound, but you still have to have this page on. What I would do is I would just create a new tab to browse other parts of the Canvas. If you want to use the tool while you are doing something else. All right, this is the chat tool. We have another synchronous communication tools in Canvas, which is called conferences. If you have experience with using WebEx, it's a similar tool. It's an online meeting tool, which you can use to share your screen, to share your webcam, to share your microphone, and well, those kind of things. Yeah. I'm not sure if it's going to be super useful for you, so I'm going to cover the very basic steps to show you how to use it. All right, so click on this one to create a new room. Name Canvas 101 demo conference is fine. Then type big blue button. This is a company where which they invented this tool, and it is the only option. I don't know why it's a drop-down menu actually. Yeah, the duration, you can add a duration time to the meeting room. So after it's past its duration time, no other new participants can join the room. And the last person who leaves that room will end the conference. Then enable recording for this conference. You can record the conference if you want to. However, one thing is it will be only available up to 14 days. So after 14 days, it will be gone. So if you really would like to store the recorded file, I would recommend you to use a WebEx instead of this tool. Yeah. It has pros and cons. The pro is this tool is built in. You don't have to go outside of Canvas to use any other external tools. Yeah. Then no time limit. You can choose no time limit, then the duration box will be grayed out. The description, you can add any descriptions you want to. And here, members, you can invite a specific person, or you can invite all. Then update. Then, well, here I have the room set up. However, when students go to this conferences area now, they don't see this option. They don't see this room. That is because you have not started yet. Allow. You have to start this room in order to have students join this room. And now, as you can see, we have the join option and an option. All right. How do you want to join audio? Since I'm sorry. Oh, never mind. So since I'm already using my audio because I'm using the Zoom, I would just cancel it. But you can always go back here to change your audio setting. Well, here is a place where you can see who is in this room. And if I have used, if I shared my webcam, which I cannot because I'm sharing my webcam through Zoom, you will see your face down here. This is a whiteboard where you can do annotation or add text if you want to. And you even have the option to make like the live poll if you want to. All right. And this one is for the presentation. If you are doing a speech, lecture speech, you can upload your PowerPoint from here. However, as you can see, it only accepts PDF. So you have to convert your PowerPoint slides into PDF file format first. Then you can, make any annotation you want on that PowerPoint slides. The zoom in, zoom out is down here. You can undo anything you have on that whiteboard. And the public conversation, public chat room is down here. If you want to select a specific student to have a conversation with, go to the options area, then select that specific student. Yeah. Oh, here is a place you can share your webcam and share your screen. I'm running into some scenario like a math teacher. She has to use this share screen option because it's hard for them to find the symbols on the keyboard. So what she would do is she would use the webcam and facing it towards the paper so that she can write down the math equation, those kind of things. Yeah. And for some other scenarios, like the instructors have to show how to use certain applications on their computers, they might have to use the share screen option. And this one, start recording. This is a place where you can start recording. You have to manually click on it in order to have the start recording. And you can record the lecture or the meeting several times. Then later on, the recorded file will combine all of the segments into one. Yeah, I feel like that's it. When you are done with the meeting, go ahead, click on log out. Confirm log out, yes, and end the meeting. Do you want to proceed? Yes, please. Okay, I'll give you 5 stars. Then okay. And here, it takes us to the home page. Let me go back to collaboration. I'm sorry, conferences. So I'll end the meeting one more time. Okay, so if you have recorded your meeting, you will be the recorded file will be available probably after 5 minutes. I don't know. It depends on how long that meeting will lasts, and the recorded file will be available here after the name of the conference room. Then other students who cannot make to the classroom to the online meeting room can refer to that recorded file if they want to. But again, it will be only available to up to 14 days. All right, so that's conferences. Should I pause a little bit? Or should I just introduce you the last tool in Canvas? Last communication tool here. Okay, I'll take the silence as a good. Okay, if we're good with the conferences, the last tool that I want to show you is called collaborations. Again, it's a synchronous communication tool. In Blackboard, we used to have wiki page where students can work on the same file at the same time. in Canvas, we don't have wiki page anymore. Instead, we have the collaborations. It's a great tool for students to have collaborative projects so that students can work on the same document at the same time without having to like send emails back and forth. All right. Here's how we use it. Again, the yellow button so many times. And you can choose how do you want, what type of the project you want. You can either create a Word, Excel, or PowerPoint. Let's do PowerPoint this time. Like final group. Yeah, finally I got it right this time. We will be using this tool to develop your final group. Presentation, PowerPoint slides. I can't type today. Sorry, guys. All right, that's enough. So after that, as you can see, I have two tabs. People means I can create this project to a specific person, or I can create those this project to different groups. I'll just assign this project to all of the groups I have in the course. Once I click save, it's generating. Click on this link of that project that I just created. Here. This is a PowerPoint online version. And students can make any changes here at the, well, working at the same time. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have for you today. All of the communication tools in Canvas. Any questions? No? Not right now? All right. Well, hope it's helpful. Okay, cool. So as I said, that's all I have for you today. You are welcome to stick around to play around with it. I'll be here to answer any questions you have. Otherwise, you are free to go.